A social worker is designing a program to address the needs of homeless individuals in a local community. Which of the following steps should the social worker take first in the program development process? A. Implementing the program. B. Identifying funding sources. C. Assessing the needs of the target population. D. Evaluating program outcomes. C. Assessing the needs of the target population. Before designing any program or intervention, it's crucial to have a comprehensive understanding of the specific needs and challenges faced by the homeless individuals in the local community. This assessment involves gathering data, conducting surveys or interviews, and collaborating with relevant stakeholders. The purpose is to identify the unique circumstances, preferences, and barriers experienced by the homeless population. This information serves as the foundation for tailoring effective and relevant interventions. By starting with a needs assessment, the social worker ensures that the program is designed based on empirical data and aligns with the actual needs of the target population. It helps in avoiding assumptions and allows for a client-centered approach to program development. The subsequent steps in program development might include setting clear objectives, designing appropriate interventions, securing resources, and evaluating the program's effectiveness. However, without a thorough understanding of the population's needs, these later stages can lack direction and may not adequately address the underlying issues faced by the homeless individuals. A social worker is conducting research to evaluate the effectiveness of a substance abuse intervention program. Which research design would be most appropriate for this evaluation? A. Experimental design with a control group. B. Cross-sectional design. C. Case study design. D. Descriptive design. A. Experimental design with a control group. Experimental design with a control group is commonly used in evaluating the effectiveness of interventions, especially in fields like social work and healthcare. This design involves the systematic manipulation of an independent variable, in this case, the substance abuse intervention program, to observe its effect on a dependent variable, outcomes related to substance abuse, such as reduced usage or improved well-being. It allows researchers to establish a cause and effect relationship. In a control group, participants are divided into two groups: the experimental group, those receiving the substance abuse intervention, and the control group, those not receiving the intervention or receiving a placebo. The control group serves as a baseline for comparison to determine the intervention's actual impact. Substance abuse intervention programs aim to bring about positive changes in individuals struggling with addiction. To determine whether such programs are effective, researchers need to compare the outcomes of those who receive the intervention, experimental group, to those who do not, control group. This design helps in minimizing biases and external factors that could influence the results. It provides a structured and rigorous way to assess the program's impact. When conducting program evaluation, a social worker finds that the program outcomes are not meeting the intended objectives. What should the social worker do next? A. Discontinue the program immediately. B. Modify the program based on evaluation findings. C. Ignore the evaluation results and continue as planned. D. Seek additional funding for the program. B. Modify the program based on evaluation findings. Program evaluation is a systematic process used by social workers and organizations to assess the effectiveness, efficiency, and impact of social programs and interventions. The primary goal of program evaluation is to gather data and evidence to determine whether a program is achieving its intended outcomes and objectives. When the evaluation findings indicate that the program is falling short of its objectives, it's essential to take corrective action. This is where the process of modification comes into play. Modifying the program based on the evaluation findings allows for improvements to be made. This could involve revising program components, changing strategies, or adjusting the implementation process to better align with the intended objectives. It ensures that resources are used efficiently. If a program is not producing the desired outcomes, continuing with the same approach can be wasteful in terms of time, money, and effort. Modifying the program can lead to more efficient resource allocation. It aims to enhance program effectiveness. The ultimate goal of any social program is to make a positive impact on individuals or communities. By making changes informed by evaluation results, the program becomes more likely to achieve its intended outcomes. Social workers and organizations have a responsibility to their clients and stakeholders to provide effective services. Modifying the program demonstrates accountability for delivering results and responding to the needs of those served. A social worker is involved in a research project assessing the impact of a new community-based mental health program. The social worker is collecting both quantitative and qualitative data. Which of the following best describes the benefit of using mixed methods in this research? A. It simplifies data analysis. B. It ensures a more objective assessment. C. It reduces the need for participant consent. D. It provides a comprehensive understanding of the program's impact. D. It provides a comprehensive understanding of the program's impact. Quantitative data involves collecting numerical information and can help researchers quantify the extent or magnitude of an effect. For instance, in this scenario, quantitative data might include measures of program effectiveness, such as changes in symptom severity, hospitalization rates, or the number of participants served. Qualitative data, on the other hand, involves collecting non-numerical information, often through methods like interviews or open-ended surveys. Qualitative data provides insights into the experiences, perceptions, and perspectives of individuals affected by the program. It can help researchers understand the how and why behind quantitative results. Combining these two types of data, mixed methods, offers several advantages. In the context of the social worker's research on the impact of a community-based mental health program, using mixed methods ensures a more holistic assessment, taking into account both the statistical outcomes and the personal stories and experiences of program participants. This comprehensive approach is valuable for making informed decisions and improving the program's effectiveness. A social worker is involved in a research project assessing the impact of a new community-based mental health program. The social worker is collecting both quantitative and qualitative data. Which of the following best describes the benefit of using mixed methods in this research? A. It simplifies data analysis. B. It ensures a more objective assessment. C. It reduces the need for participant consent. D. It provides a comprehensive understanding of the program's impact. D. It provides a comprehensive understanding of the program's impact. Quantitative data involves collecting numerical information and can help researchers quantify the extent or magnitude of an effect. For instance, in this scenario, quantitative data might include measures of program effectiveness, such as changes in symptom severity, hospitalization rates, or the number of participants served. Qualitative data, on the other hand, involves collecting non-numerical information, often through methods like interviews or open-ended surveys. Qualitative data provides insights into the experiences, perceptions, and perspectives of individuals affected by the program. It can help researchers understand the how and why behind quantitative results. Combining these two types of data, mixed methods, offers several advantages. In the context of the social worker's research on the impact of a community-based mental health program, using mixed methods ensures a more holistic assessment, taking into account both the statistical outcomes and the personal stories and experiences of program participants. This comprehensive approach is valuable for making informed decisions and improving the program's effectiveness. In the context of social work research, what is the primary purpose of obtaining informed consent from research participants? A. To protect the researcher's interests. B. To ensure participants have the necessary qualifications. C. To protect the rights and well-being of participants. D. To guarantee participants receive financial compensation. C. To protect the rights and well-being of participants. Social work research participants' rights and well-being are protected by informed consent. Respect for autonomy, or the freedom to make life decisions, promotes informed consent. By getting informed permission, researchers respect participant autonomy. Participants learn about the research study's purpose, procedures, risks, benefits, and rights before deciding to join. Participant safety is protected via informed consent. It ensures that participants are aware of study risks and may actively decide if these are acceptable. Researchers must also explain how they'll safeguard participant privacy. Informed consent is essential to research ethics. It shows the researcher's ethical and responsible research. Ethical research practices help researchers and participants trust one another and sustain social work ethics. Many countries demand informed consent for research ethics. Researchers comply with these laws and avoid legal complications by gaining informed consent. Informed consent increases research transparency. It makes research transparent to participants and the community. Participants have the right to know how and why their data is utilized. Participants must voluntarily and honestly supply data for accurate and trustworthy research. Participants are more likely to participate freely and honestly in study when they offer informed consent, leading to higher quality data. A social worker is designing a research study to explore the experiences of older adults living in assisted living facilities during the COVID-19 pandemic. Which research approach is most appropriate for capturing the participants' personal narratives and perceptions? A. Surveys with closed-ended question. B. Experimental research with control groups. C. Qualitative interviews and focus groups. D. Observational research in natural settings. C. Qualitative interviews and focus groups. Qualitative interviews and focus groups is the most appropriate research approach for capturing the personal narratives and perceptions of older adults living in assisted living facilities during the COVID-19 pandemic is based on several key considerations. Qualitative research methods like interviews and focus groups help you understand people's experiences and perspectives. Participants can share their views, feelings, and stories in their own words. Elderly in assisted living facilities may have various pandemic tales. Qualitative interviews let them tell their stories, letting the researcher capture their depth and complexity. Qualitative research is best at studying how people interpret their experiences. This is important for examining the COVID-19 pandemic, which may have affected elderly persons. Qualitative research approaches allow researchers to examine emergent themes and change questions based on participant replies. This is crucial in a fluid environment like the epidemic. Focus groups enable participant engagement. It can reveal common experiences, different viewpoints, and the social setting in assisted living facilities. Informed consent, confidentiality, and participant autonomy are key to qualitative research ethics. This is vital when working with vulnerable elderly people. A social worker is conducting a needs assessment for a community. Which of the following methods would be most effective in gathering information about the community's existing resources and services? A. Surveys of community residents. B. In-depth interviews with key stakeholders. C. Observational studies of community events. D. Review of existing documents and reports. D. Review of existing documents and reports. Existing documents and reports, such as government publications, community surveys, or research studies, often contain a wealth of information about the community's resources and services. These frequently updated sources provide a complete overview of accessible resources. Reviewing old records is faster than surveying or interviewing. It gives social workers access to plenty of data without much data collecting. Historical data in documents can assist social workers understand how community resources and services have changed. This historical viewpoint might reveal patterns and gaps. This method uses secondary data from other researchers or organizations. Secondary data can objectively show community assets and services. Accessing existing records and reports is generally cost-effective because they are often free or inexpensive. This is crucial when resources are few. Due to evaluation and validation, established reports and papers are dependable. This improves data reliability. However, it's essential for the social worker to critically assess the quality and relevance of the existing documents and reports and consider the potential biases or limitations in the data. Additionally, combining this method with other data collection techniques, such as community surveys or interviews, can provide a more comprehensive understanding of the community's needs and assets. A social worker is developing a program to address the needs of at-risk youth in a disadvantaged neighborhood. Which of the following stakeholders should the social worker collaborate with during the program planning process? A. A multidisciplinary team, including community members. B. Only local law enforcement. C. Only the youth participants. D. Only mental health professionals. A multidisciplinary team, including community members. Collaborating with a multidisciplinary team and involving community members ensures that the program is well-rounded, evidence-based, culturally competent, and has a higher chance of effectively addressing the needs of at-risk youth in a disadvantaged neighborhood. It's a comprehensive approach that leverages the strengths and expertise of both professionals and those who live and breathe the community's realities. In this context, a multidisciplinary team typically includes professionals from various fields such as social work, education, psychology, healthcare, law enforcement, and other relevant areas. Collaborating with such a team brings diverse expertise to the table. Each member can contribute their unique perspective and skills, which is essential when dealing with complex issues that at-risk youth often face. For example, an educational expert can provide insights into effective tutoring or after-school programs, a healthcare professional can address physical and mental health needs, and a social worker can focus on the psychosocial aspects. Involving community members is equally vital because they have a deep understanding of the local context, culture, and specific challenges that at-risk youth in that neighborhood encounter. They can provide insights into the community's needs, preferences, and resources. Engaging the community builds trust and ensures that the program is culturally sensitive and tailored to the unique circumstances of the neighborhood. Moreover, community members can actively participate in the program, making it more likely to be accepted and successful. In the research process, which step typically follows data collection and analysis? A. Designing the research study. B. Reporting research findings. C. Identifying research questions. D. Obtaining informed consent. B. Reporting research findings. The first step in the research process is data collection. This is the initial phase where researchers gather information relevant to their study. Data collection methods can vary widely, from surveys and interviews to observations and experiments. The next step is data analysis. Once the data is collected, it needs to be processed and analyzed. This step involves organizing, cleaning, and interpreting the data to draw meaningful conclusions. Various statistical and analytical techniques are often applied in this phase. After the data is analyzed, the next crucial step is to report the research findings. This involves presenting the results in a clear and structured manner. Researchers typically create reports, articles, or presentations to communicate their findings to others in the scientific community or the general public. The reporting of research findings is crucial because it allows others to understand the study's methodology, results, and implications. It also contributes to the collective knowledge in the field and helps in validating or challenging existing theories or practices. It's an essential part of the research process that promotes transparency, peer review, and the advancement of knowledge. A social worker is conducting a program evaluation and identifies several areas where the program is not meeting its intended objectives. Which ethical principle is most relevant to guide the social worker's actions in addressing these findings? A. Autonomy. B. Competence. C. Non-maleficence. D. Beneficence. D. Beneficence. Beneficence in social work ethics refers to the ethical obligation to act in a way that promotes the well-being and best interests of clients and the broader community. In the context of program evaluation, this principle guides social workers to take actions that are aimed at improving the program's effectiveness and ensuring that it benefits the individuals it serves. When a social worker identifies areas where a program is falling short of its objectives, it is their ethical responsibility to take steps to rectify these issues. This may involve making recommendations for program improvements, advocating for necessary changes, or collaborating with colleagues and stakeholders to enhance the program's impact. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure that the program is beneficial and meets the needs of its target population. The ethical principle of beneficence guides social workers to take proactive measures to address program deficiencies, with the overarching aim of enhancing the well-being and outcomes of the individuals and communities they serve. I hope this video has been helpful in deepening your understanding of social work license exam questions. If you're interested in taking your studies further, I promise you an engaging and enriching 90-minute study session where we'll break down questions and delve into practical applications. Join me for an incredible learning experience. Sign up now and unlock the incredible opportunity to receive my exclusive 70 social work practice question ebook or my comprehensive 150 social work online practice exam. But that's not all. As a special bonus, you'll also receive my highly sought after Strategies for Success Activity ebook completely free of charge. This incredible bundle is designed to empower you on your learning journey and ensure your continued success. Don't miss out on this offer. Sign up today. Head over to my website, gilbertmbell.com. The link to sign up is in the description below. Or text the word study to 347-683-7923. I look forward to studying with you and helping you become the best social worker you can be. Thanks again for watching.